the 30-Day Love Detox yet? Because there's an interesting chapter here called The 5 Sexual Myths That Keep Women Single. And I want to break them down for you really quickly. You can read more in the book. First of all, that the hookup culture is everywhere and that it exists. In fact, 25% of college students are virgins, and in one study, only 35% of college students had even one hookup, no relationship attached to the sex, one hookup in the past calendar year. But the belief system that it's everywhere normalizes the behavior for women and puts a lot of pressure for women to have sex before they're ready. Let's see, number 2 is, my favorite, that the myth that sexual chemistry helps relationships. There is this idea that we're out auditioning sex partners for the life. In fact, one study of more than 2,000 couples showed that the hotter the sexual passion early on, the worse the relationship outcomes. When you're busy knocking boots, you can't make clear decisions about if this partner is good enough for you. All right, number 3, people have sexual needs. This is a myth. Okay, men's sexuality and women's sexuality is very different. Men, it's sort of like they got to clean the pipes every once in a while, whether it's once a day, once a week, 5 times a month, whatever. They're all sort of on a schedule. Women, on the other hand, our sexuality is more responsive. It sort of suppresses when we're not in a relationship, and it gets fired up when we're around somebody who suddenly turns us on. And so what happens is women have adopted a male model of sexuality that tells them they should take any sex because they need pipe cleaning. But we're not that way. In fact, for women, sometimes a desire to be desired is what motivates sex. We read more about how women's sexuality is different from men in my book. Okay, number 4. The myth that sex leads to love. You see, it does for women. Often, women's bodies excrete oxytocin, the female bonding hormone, during sex. So women think, I'm falling in love, he must be too. Well, guess what, ladies? A man can have sex with the same woman every day for 6 months and not like her any bit more than he did on the first date. So the myth that sex leads to love is what's keeping plenty of women single. And number 5, the myth that promiscuity can be turned off. In fact, we're training our bodies for something. And the only way to train for monogamy or a long-term relationship is to abstain or to be monogamous. So a lot of women think, we can just hook up in our 20s and we're ready, we can just settle down. I think you're more likely to be training yourself to be a cheater, and you're also attracting yourself to other cheaters in the marketplace. The 5 sexual myths that keep women single.